Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome to Design with LEESI. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post a new video. So in today's video, we are going to look at how to design something like this using just our smartphone. Alright, so without much time wasting, let us dive into today's video. So before we actually start, let's take a good look at what we are going to be creating today. So this is actually what we are going to look at today. Okay, so this is what we are going to be designing today. It's a church flyer. Okay, most of you have contacted me on my WhatsApp that I should do a video on this. Okay, on a church flyer. So here's the video. So this is actually what we are going to look at today. All right, so first thing first, what we are going to do first is to set our background. Okay, is to set our background. So if you would like to use the type of Pixellab I'm using, I will link it in the description of this video. Okay, so go to the description, you will see a link to download this type of Pixellab I am using. All right, so the size we are going to be using for today's video is 1080 pixel by 1080 pixel, or you can use 1200 pixel by 1200 pixel. That is a square. Okay, all right, so to set your size, you navigate to this place. Okay, this thing I'm using on my screen is not part of the app, it's just illustration that I'm using. Okay, so to set your size, you can navigate to this place. Sorry, let me change the color of this stuff so that you can see it very well. Okay, all right, so to set your design size, you go to this button. Okay, that's button there. So when you tap on that button, you will see options like this. So you are just going to scroll down. Here you can see image size. So you can see image size here. So what you are going to do is to tap on the image size. So I'm just going to set the size here. So for this, my size I'll be using 1080 pixel, 1080. I'll input it here. So go to next, then tap on the second size, change the size to 1080 pixels. Okay, I'll tap on next. Okay, so you can see the aspect ratio here is 1:1. That is a square. Okay, all right, so now I'll tap on my OK button. This is the OK button. You also have to tap on the OK button here that you are done setting the size. So tap on that. All right, so this is the size. This is this is our design size. So anything that we do here will appear to contain our design. Anything here, when we are saving it as image, that is what we are going to get. All right, so we are done setting the size now. So the next thing is to set our background. Okay, and to set our background, what do? We have to bring in the image that we will be using for our design background. So to bring in your image, you go to this plus button, the plus button here. So you tap on that. When you tap on that, you can see among the option here we have from gallery. Okay, so you are just going to pick the background image from your gallery. So when you tap on that, your gallery will open up. All right, so I'm going to look for the background image I'll be using. So this is the background image I will be using. Okay, so I'll open it. I'll tap on it to select it. So when you select it, it's going to open up like this. Okay, so when it opens up, this is what you are going to do. You are going to tap on the good button here. Tap on that good button. So you have something like this. So this is the image. So you can use this you can use this handle to scale it up. Okay, do not use if you use this other one, it's going to stretch your image. So use this one, tap on it and scale it up, take it up again, scale it up so that it full the screen of the design. Okay, all right, so we got something like this. So the next thing is to lock this to the background so that it doesn't move. You can unlock it later. So how do you lock this? You simply go to the layer panel. This is the layer panel here. So when you tap on the layer panel, you see the layer panel slide up to the left hand side here. So you use this padlock button to lock it, you use this to hide it, then you use this to edit it, you use this to delete it. So the one we are going to be using is the lock. Okay, so you are just going to tap on that once, and this will be locked to the background. You can see if I click on it, nothing is going to move. All right, so after achieving that, what do we need next? We need to fade down this image so that when we put text over it, it will appear very good. Okay, some of you, when I see some of your design, some of you that are sending me design on WhatsApp, some of you leave your design like this and start applying text on it. No, it's going to make the background fight against the text that you're applying on it. All right, so that's what we are trying to avoid. So to do that, we have to bring in a shape, a rectangular shape, and to do that, go to the plus button here. So you're just going to tap on the plus button, tap on shape, select shape. So this is our shape. Okay, you can use this circle point to make the shape bigger. Okay, so you are just going to put it over the whole screen. All right, so the option by the right hand side here controls everything that happens to this shape, the shape we just applied. So we are going to be using this to work on the shape. All right, so the first one here, we have the radius. We are not going to use that. So turn down the opacity to around 68. All right, so let's change the color. So as for this, we are going to be using a gradient color. Okay, so this is the color I'll be using, a gradient color like this. Okay, so to set your color, since you don't have this color, you tap on this plus button, tap on the plus button here. Okay, when you tap on the plus button, you are going to have something like this. Okay, a setting like this. So what we are going to do is this. So okay, let me just set it from the beginning so that you will understand what I am talking about. All right, so when you come up here, so let me set it from the beginning so you will understand what I am saying. All right, so when you come up here, you are going to see this setting like this. So this one, this color stop here, this color stop controls everything here. Then this other one controls everything here. Okay, I'm explaining this for the purpose of those that are new to this app. Okay, all right, so you are going to have something like this. So let's set it now. All right, so if you can see that this one is selected. Okay, so the one that is selected, so let's say you want to change this color. So you select it first and tap on this pen bucket here. This is the pen bucket, so you can use this to change the color of this. Okay, so you can see the color I'm using. This is the color code. Okay, to input that color code, simply tap on this edit button here. Okay, tap on this edit button. When you tap on this edit button, you can see the color code I'm using. You just copy it and type it there. Okay, that's what you are going to do. You just have to type it there. Then when you are done typing it, you tap on the OK button. This is the OK button. Okay, do not type the hash symbol with it. Just type only the number there and it will work. All right, so now we are going to change the color of the left hand side. Select it first, then tap on the pen bucket tool. This is the color I'm using. This is the color, so you can import it. You can simply type it in there. So when you're done, tap on OK. So I need a color at the middle of this. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add another color stop at the middle of that. So to simply do that, tap on this plus button here. Okay, when you tap on the plus button, it's going to add a color stop at the middle of this bar. So you select that, then tap on the pen bucket to change the color of that to, let's say, around this color. Use this color code I'm using. Okay, around this color, something like this. Okay, all right, something like this. So I don't want it to be this sharp, so I'm going to reduce the opacity of only the middle color. So tap on the pen bucket tool again. So you can see this one controls the opacity of the color. Okay, you can see it's full now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this slider to push it down just a little bit. Then I'll tap on OK. So you can see what I've gotten. So I'm done setting my color. So I'm going to make this thing like this. So you can use this to move this. Okay, so when I'm done, I'll click on OK. All right, so you can have, I will have this feed like this. Okay, all right, so let me bring down the opacity of this again. so that let me increase it. So let me increase the opacity a little bit. All right, guys, so we have something like this. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to lock the shape layer to the background too. I told you something about that. So go to the layer panel, tap on the lock button to lock it to the background. Okay, all right, so the next thing is to bring in another shape. Click on shape, go to shape, select shape. So for this one we are using a white color shape. So I'm going to have this shape, put it below here, just something like this, so that it can house the date and some other details that I want to achieve. All right, so set that then tap on OK. So we are going to log this to the background also. So we are going to log this also. So let me view it on full screen so that we'll see. So this is what we have been able to got so far. All right, so let's move on. So the next thing we are going to do now is to bring in the text that we will be needing. Okay, so first we bring in our text, which is the evangelism. Okay, so that's the first text I'll be bringing in. So now tap on the text layer, the plus button here, and you tap on that, tap on the plus button, then tap on text. Okay, so we have a text here. So we are going to edit this text to double tap on it to edit it. So now let's change this text to evangelism. Okay, the first capital letter, evangelism. Okay, for some of you, you can see I'm using mouse on my screen. So if you want to get a mouse for your screen, I will link down below a video on that so that you can watch it and know how to buy a mouse and link and attach it to your phone. It will help you. All right, so we have a text like this. So let's change the font type of this text. To do that, simply select the text is selected here, then tap on this A button, this A icon. When you tap on the A icon, it will take you somewhere like this. So scroll down to where you will see font. So this is the font, tap on font. So this will take you to where you can choose a font just like this. Okay, so the good thing about this type of Pixellab I'm using is that it has so many numbers of fonts that you can make use of for your design. Okay, that is the good thing about this Pixellab I'm using. Okay, like I said before, I'll link it in the description of this video so you can download it and make use of it. So you can see how the numbers of fonts that I have available for me to use. Okay, all right, so I'm going to use this font. So let's see if that will be okay for us. Okay, so this is the font we are going to use. So you can see that our text is overlapping at the edges. So let's add some little padding. So see on the A icon, go to padding. So here you can see padding here. So you can see padding. This is the padding. So tap on that. If you should tap on that, you can add a left padding. You can see what I'm adding, and a right padding so that it doesn't overlap. Okay, so let's see if you can get another good font for this. So let's see if I can get another good font for this. I hope you are following up. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have to use this other font. So let's make it a little bigger, something like this. All right, so we have this text. So let's add, you can see the text is a little bit faint. So let's add a shadow under this text so that it can come out well on this background. Okay, so to do that, select the text, go to the A icon down here, scroll down to where you can find shadow. Okay, so apply it, adding the shadow. So reduce the opacity a little bit, something like this. Then the blur radius, make it a little bit like this, a little, make it 12. Then reduce the opacity to 82. Then the offset, we add an offset of 5. Then the offset of y, we add an offset of y of 7, something like this. Then okay, all right, so we have the evangelism here. So what we need to add again is the street. Okay, so to do that, tap on the plus button, tap on text, add a new text. So bring it here, double tap on it to edit the text. So for this you are going to be writing street. Okay, so the first capital letter, so you are going to be writing street, first capital letter, done. Okay, all right, so let's make it a little bigger. So for this we change the font type of this text to something else, to a fancy font. Okay, so let's scroll and look for a fancy font that we can use for this text. All right, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you are getting value from this video. Okay, all right, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Okay, and don't forget, you have to turn up the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I drop video like this. Okay, I make sure I drop video every week. All right, so let's see if this will be okay. All right, I think this is better. So you can see some part of this text is being cut out. So let me show this on full screen. So you can see some part of this text is cut out. Okay, so that is why the padding is necessary. So let's add padding to this so that we can review that text that is hiding. So let's add left padding, we add right padding, so you can see the text now is being reviewed. Okay, something like this. Okay, all right, so we got something like this. So let's change the color of the text. So to do that, still on the A icon, tap on color. So for this, let's change the color to a bright yellow. Okay, then let's add a little shadow under it so that it can pop out. So let's add a little shadow, just a little shadow. Reduce the opacity of this shadow, then the offset should go up. So let's see this. Okay, I think it should go down. All right, so let's reduce the blur radius to 5, then add the opacity to 71. Okay, all right, so we got something like the street evangelism. So let's add another text, which is the live worship. So add a new text. I hope you are following up. Add a new text, put it under here, double tap on it to edit the text. So for this text we are going to write and worship. Okay, so we are going to write this and and worship and live worship, which is this. So we are going to add this live worship. All right, so we are going to add this done. Okay, so bring this other text under here like this. Okay, so let's change the color of this to the color of the street text. So let's change the color of this to yellow, to a bright yellow. So you can get this color code. This is the color. So a bright yellow like this. Okay, so let's change the font type of this so let's see if we can get a good font for this. Okay, I think we'll use this. All right, something like this. So let's reduce the size so that it fits in just underneath this. All right, so let's see it on full screen so that we'll see. All right, so we are getting closer to what we are looking for. Okay, so we have something like this. So the next thing to do is to add a faint evangelism text under this stuff. Okay, so to do that, let's add a new text. So let's add a new text, double tap on it. So for this text we are going to write evangelism on all capital letter, evangelism, all capital letter. Okay, make it bigger. So for this we will bring down this evangelism at the under this other text. Okay, we'll do that later, but let's change the font type of that text, the evangelism text. So for this you are going to look for a string font. So let's scroll down and search for a font that we can use for that. So let's see if this will be okay. I think that will be okay, but we need the one that is thinner. All right, so let's use this as the text that will be here. So for this, let's make it bigger. Okay, so let's go to our panel and lock this other text down. Okay, lock the other text down except this. So let's bring the evangelism text below this other text. So to do that, long press on this thing, on this place, the text, and switch it down. Okay, that is how to bring a text down. All right, so you can see the evangelism text is now below this other text. Okay, it's below this other text. So let's change this font. We want a font that is long, that the height is long. So that's the type of font I'm looking for. Okay, all right, so let's make use of this. All right, so we have something like this. Okay, all right, so how do we achieve a stroke without a fill? Okay, pay attention. To do that, simply select the text, then go to color. Okay, go to color. So when you tap on color, we are going to tap on this plus button. So when you go here, reduce the opacity. This controls the opacity. Take it down to 0. It will remove the fill of that text. Okay, then scroll down to stroke. If you scroll down, you see stroke here. Tap on the stroke, enable stroke, then make a stroke of white. Okay, so for this, you are going to reduce the stroke width to around 2. Okay, you are going to reduce it to 1. Okay, so we have something like this. So we are having something like this. Okay, so for this, you are going to reduce the opacity of this text. So to do that, select the text, then scroll down. You will see opacity. This is opacity. Reduce it so that it can blend well to the background of this design. Okay, so you have something like that. So let's go to our layer and lock that text down. We are going to lock it so that it doesn't move in case we make a mistake and click on anything on the screen. All right, so the next thing is to add our date and our time and all that. So to do that, simply tap on this plus button to bring in a circle. So we are choosing a circle this time around, a circle. So for this circle, we are going to make it we are going to choose a color of red. All right, so we are going to choose this color of red. So let's zoom this out so that we can know where to place this circle. All right, so scale down this circle. Sorry about that. Okay, all right, so take this circle somewhere like this. So click on OK. All right, so we have this circle. This circle will contain our date. Okay, so let's duplicate this circle. To do that, copy the circle, click on the circle, then now go to this polygon shape. This polygon shape. Okay, is it hexagon or polygon? So click on that. So when you click on that, you will see option that controls shape. So click on copy. So we are going to copy this, bring it by the side. So now tap on edit. Okay, for the second shape, tap on edit. So now we are going to reduce the opacity of the feed. Then we add stroke. Okay, we are going to add a stroke of white around, add a stroke of around 3. Okay, something like this. Then tap on OK. So you can see the second shape has a stroke and the first shape has a feed. Okay, so guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn up the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I drop video like this, and give a thumbs up to this video so that YouTube will help me push this video to other viewers just like you. All right, so let's move back to our design. So we have two shapes here. So the first shape we house our date, then the second shape will carry our time. Okay, so to simply do that, tap on this plus button, bring in a text. So for this text, let's change the color of this text to black. Okay, change the color of the text to black. So we are going to have black here. So let's edit this text. So for this text, let's call this text let's say our event time will be 7 p.m. Our event time will be 7 p.m. or capital letter 7 p.m. So let's put this inside this, then change the font type to a border font. So let's use a border font for this. I think something like this is okay. All right, so we have our time inside here. So now we have our time inside here. So let's bring in a time icon. So to do that, tap on this plus button. I will link this down up in the description so you can have access to them. Okay, so I think this should be it. Okay, I think this is date. So let's put this also because we'll be needing the date. So this icon, they are called png file in case you want to look for them and download them later on your design, but I'll link that in the description that you can make use of it. Okay, but if you are looking for them, you search for time icon png. Okay, don't forget to add the png so that it doesn't come with a background. Okay, so this is the time icon. I'll put it over the time. So let's zoom this out so that we can see what we are doing. Okay, all right, so this is our time. So this is our time icon. Put it over the time. All right, so we have something like this. So this is our date icon. Let's put our date icon inside the date circle. So for this, let's change the color of this date icon. Tap on this hexagon, change the color to date to white. Okay, so for this we are going to be using white since it's red at the background, so we are going to be using white. So now let's copy the time text. Let's copy the time text, then edit the text to our date. So for this, we are going to be doing this event on 15th November. Okay, there's no event like this, but let's use this as the date that this event is going to hold. Okay, so we have our date. So let's change the color of our date to white so that people can see it. Okay, so now let's add the month that this event is going to be taking place. So let's copy this. For this is going to be November. So let's call this, it's going to be so it's going to be in November. Okay, so let's scale this up, scale this down and put it under here like this. So it's going to be by November. All right, so we are done setting that. Okay, all right, so we are done setting the date and the time and that. So now we can go to our layer panel to group it so that it doesn't scatter, so that we can move them together. So to do that, go to the layer panel. So go to the layer panel. This is how you merge in Pixellab. So tap on this icon first, the down icon. So when you tap on the icon, it will give you this option to select related items. So this, we are going to group our date. So this is the date. So tap on this to select the November the 15th, then select the icon, then you select the circle. Okay, so when you're done selecting, you tap on this merge icon. This is a merge icon. So tap on that. They will ask you this question. Tap on OK to merge. Okay, so now let's merge the time on. So select the related item, the time icon, the time itself, then the circle that houses the time. So we are going to merge that also. All right, so we have this item merge. Okay, so now we can move it. If you select the date, you can move the date. If you select the time, you can move the time. Okay, so this is how it is being done. Okay, so we have our date and our time. So what we need now is the location. Okay, so how do we do that? We want to put our location inside a rectangular shape because this will beautify our design. So to do that, select this plus button, then tap on shape. So for this, we are going to be using a rectangular shape. So let's put this here. So reduce the opacity of the fill. Okay, the first one is the fill. Then scroll down to stroke where you see stroke. So add a stroke of around 3. Okay, something like this. So let's put this down. So let's get it down. It should be by the side somewhere here. So let's make this. All right, so we have this shape. So Now let's write our let's add a text. So let's add a text, a new text. Let's change the color of this text. Since it's over white, let's change the color to black so that our viewers can see. So let's change this color to black. So for this, you are going to call this venue, okay, so that our people will see what they will know the venue of this event, okay, so that they will know the venue of this event. So this will be our venue, okay, this should be our venue. All right, so let's put our venue, let's scale down our venue. It seems we have to zoom this, so let's zoom our design so that we can see what we are doing. Okay, so our venue should be somewhere here. Scale it down a little bit. Okay, so if you take a look at this, you will see that the shape is crossing the venue. So how do we erase some part of this? So guys, so let's add a shape around here. So we add a white shape so that it will hide this this line, okay, across our across our venue. So to do that, go to this plus button. So when you tap on the plus button, tap on shape. Okay, we are going to have a rectangular black shape, white shape rather. So we are going to make this just take over only the venue, something like this. So this is what we want to have. All right, so you can see the white shape is covering our venue. So let's go to our layer panel. This is our layer panel. So you can see that the white shape layer is above the venue layer. So long press here, drag it under here like this. Okay, so you can see design is very simple. You just have to know how to do it and you will get better. All right, so let's select this venue and copy it so that we can change the text content to the venue of this event. Okay, so I'm just going to use a random venue. Okay, so the venue of this event is going to be this. Okay, is it Rukboku? Don't know. Okay, all right, so I'm in Port Harcourt, so I'm just going to use a random venue over here. So this will be here. So let's make this let's make this text bold. So tap on this to make it bold. Okay, to make it bold. All right, or let's change the font type to a bolder font. So let's make use of a bolder font. All right, so this should be a border font so that people can see. So let's copy the venue text again. This one will house our city, the city at which this event is taking place. Okay, so let's say Rivers State. So Rivers State. Okay, all right. So all this information, you don't have to bother. Your client will give you all this information. So what you are going to do is to fix them into places like this. So now we are going to group merge this venue again. So let's go to our layer panel, then tap on this icon like I said, select the related item. Okay, select related item and merge them. Okay, this is, you only merge when you know that because in Pixellab now we cannot unmerge. Okay, so I'm only merging when I know that I won't have to edit that stuff again. So let's take this, let's bring them down to something like this. All right, so now let's add a phone number so that they can contact the organizers of this event in case they don't they are unable to find the location of this event. Okay, so guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video to help YouTube push this video to other viewers. Okay, so I'm just going to add this WhatsApp number, which is my number. If you want to connect with me on WhatsApp, 36350946. Okay, so this is it. So I would like to see your design when you're done. Okay, when you're done practicing this, I would like to see your design, so you can send it to me on what? On WhatsApp. So let's view this design on a full screen so that we'll see what we are able to get. Okay, our number is shifting out, so let's reduce this. Okay, let's take this up again, carry the number under it. All right, so let's view this on full screen. Okay, so our design is coming into shape. So the next thing we have to do is to add the name of the organizers and their logo. Okay, then all that. All right, so let's add their name. So let's copy this text, copy this, it should be here. So let me zoom this out so that we can see what we are working on. Okay, by now you should know how to zoom on this app. Okay, you should know how to zoom if you have been following my video. Okay, but for those who doesn't know, I will show that later. All right, so now let's add the name of these people is called generation. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I got this I got this design from Pinterest. So I got this design from Pinterest, so I wanted to show you guys how to create this design. So the owner of this design is Essay Graphics on Pinterest. So that is where I got the design from. So I want to show you guys how to create a design like this. Okay, all right, so this is the name of the organizers of this event. So I'm going to scale this down, scale down the size. All right, scale down the size. So let's reduce the spacing here. So to do that, select the text, then go to spacing. So you can see spacing here. So this is letters, this is words. No, I don't need words. I need a good, okay, I need line spacing. So I'm going to reduce the line spacing of this. Okay, something like that. So now let's change the font type of this So select font. So for this, you are going to highlight only the generation thinkers. Okay, generation. So let's make this, let's give it a bolder font. So for this, let's make use of let's look for a font here that has okay, so let's see, make use of this, then highlight the thinkers. We highlight the thinkers outlook. So let's use okay, so let's use bold here. Then for the generation, we make use of gold, the thicker bold. Then for the present, we make use of a lighter one, which is this. Oh no, let's make use of this. All right, so click on OK. So this is what we get. So we can scale it down a little bit, scale it down, make it smaller. So we can put this here. So let's add a spacing again. Let's add a little spacing, the line spacing. All right, something like this. Okay, so we have something like this. So now it's time for us to add the theme of this. So we are adding it over here like this. Okay, so let's have a rectangle. So go to this plus button, go to shapes. So this is a rectangular wide shape. So let's scale this down, something like this. So this should be here. Okay, this should be here. Okay, it should be here. So let's copy this. So we are going to just copy this. So go to this hexagon because that's control shape. So we are going to copy this, push it over the shape. Then let's make this thinner, bring it by the side. Okay, so we have something like this. So let's change the color of this first shape. So for this, we are going to add a color to this. So let's add color. So for this color, let's make use of gradient color. So this is the gradient color I'm going to be using for this. Okay, so it's a mixture of red and yellow. So that's the gradient color I'm going to be using for that. So let's add text. So select text and add a text. So for this text, this one will be Jesus. This one will be Jesus loves you. So this text will be Jesus, all capital letter. So this one will be Jesus. So let's put this, make it bigger a little. So let's put this here. Okay, so let's change the font. So let's change the font type of the letter Jesus. So let's change the font type. So for this, you are going to make use of let's make use of this, the bold. Okay, so we have something like this. So let's copy this text, copy the text. Then the next one will be loves you. So we are trying to write Jesus loves you. So for this one will be loves you. So guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Okay, so let's scale this down, put it over here. So for this, let's change the font type of this to a thinner font. So we go to our the recent font we used will be here. Okay, so we have something like this, Jesus loves you. Okay, all right, so let's copy the Jesus text. We copy this. So for this, you are going to use this, this will be the theme of our event. So let's call this theme. Okay, let's call this theme. So for this theme, we want it to be vertical. So hold this dot and make it like this. So it makes our stuff to be vertical. So let's reduce the size before we make it vertical. All right, so let's change the color of this to black, since it's going to go over to a white background. So let's make the color of this. Okay, so let's scale this down a little. Okay guys, so let's go to our layer panel and merge this. So let's go to our layer panel. So we are going to select the theme, the Jesus, and all this. We are going to merge them together so that we can move it anywhere we want to. Okay, so let's scale this down a little. So let's put this over here like this. All right guys, and our design is set. Okay, so when you are done creating something like this, what we are going to do is to save it as a project. So to save this as a project, tap on the save icon here. So when you tap on this, you are going to save it as project first. So for this, let's use the name of this to save it, generation thinkers. Okay, tap on next. Okay, tap on OK. All right, so this has been saved as project. So let's now save it as as image. So go to the save icon again, save as image. So select custom. We are going to use ultra. Okay, so let's save it as a png. Okay, all right, so let's save this, save to gallery. So guys, it's saving now. So when it's done saving, we are going to bring it back again so that we can enhance the quality of this design. Okay, so just stay tuned and I'll do that. All right, so let's create a new file. So for this, let's go to this layer panel below here, then tap on from gallery. So we want to pick that design. We make use of it as the background of our design so that we can edit it. So this is the design. Tap on OK. All right, so now let's enhance the quality of this design by going to this last icon here at the bottom here, this last icon. So you are going to tap on that. So here we can add what we call brightness, we can add contrast. So let's see if we add, just take a look, be looking at our design. Okay, your eyes should be here, so you see what we are adding. So you can add a little bright contrast to the design. Tap on OK. So let's see if we add brightness. Okay, the design is too loud, so let's turn down the brightness to around -23. So let's see if we add saturation, if that will be okay. Okay, I think saturation is not okay for this. So you can use the hue to change the color of this design to anything like this, but I think this design is better the way it is. All right, so we have added a little bit of sharpness to this design. So we are going to save this as image again. Okay, so All right. So let's save this as image. Okay, so let's take a look at our final design. So guys, this is what we have been able to achieve using this video. So guys, follow this video and practice with the files which I will provide. So when you are done designing, my WhatsApp number is on the screen. You can send it to me on WhatsApp. Let me take a look at the design what we are able to come up. So guys, thank you for staying to the end of this video and for listening to me. So practice and send me your design, and do not forget to like this video and give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I drop valuable video like this. Okay guys, I will see you in my next video.